Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. So when I was filming my last video, which was the multi-night backpacking trip, my first multi-night backpacking trip out in the Canadian Rockies, when I came back and was starting to edit the film, it really struck me how irritating the wind noise on the video was. And try as I might with my editing software, there wasn't a whole lot I could do to get rid of it. And although it's been in many of my other videos, it really wasn't something I was paying an awful lot of attention to because I was mostly focused on trying to figure out how to make more, I guess you could say, engaging videos as far as the actual film footage itself. As I've been improving on that, I'm starting to notice other areas, and I thought, I'm filming on an iPhone 12, which does a pretty good job, but its audio capabilities are somewhat limited. So I do what most of us do. I went and Googled it, looked up some reviews of equipment on YouTube, and ultimately decided and settled on buying this, the Hollyland Lark MK2. I watched some reviews on YouTube and I was quite impressed by what the reviewers were showing of this gadget. Essentially, it's an external microphone setup that can be used with all sorts of different equipment, but from my point of view, it works very well with iPhones. So I went to Amazon, and here in Canada, I was able to get the sort of deluxe version, which comes with a whole bunch of different attachments for different filming tools, DSLR cameras, Androids and the like. You can get very specific to your device for a little less money, but I think it was about $30 more to get the full kit. I figured may as well, just to give me some future proofing if required. Anyway, what I got in the box, let me show you here, I'll pull it up, is this charging case right there, which when we open it, it has a spot for two of the microphones, as well as the widget or dongle that goes into your recording device. So this one is specific to the iPhone, so this just goes in with the lightning connector right there, and that's how it gets its power. And then the actual microphones right here, they're not very big, they're like the size of a quarter. And these can be worn using the magnet straight on your collar or somewhere along those lines, as you can see. Or you can also use it with the included necklace, like that. I get two of these necklaces in the set that I have. There are also some little clips that you can use. Again, two I got with my setup. And so let's put those all back in the case. So there's two things I was really interested in. These also come with two windsocks. This is one of those items I was really interested in. Watching some of the reviews, whilst it didn't eliminate all the wind noise, it seemed to do a very good job of cutting out the worst of that kind of sort of whooshing as the wind really kicks up. You kind of hear the rustling of the trees and all the rest of it, which is fine, but you could hear the clarity of the speaker above all of that, which was important to me. So today is a super windy day outside, so we'll settle this up, we'll give it a try, and we'll see what it does. Now, the other thing I thought was really cool was that you can go up to, I believe it was 1,000 feet from your recording device, so in my case, my phone, and still get a clear audio signal. I thought that was awesome. And so what I'm going to do is try walking away from the phone, and we'll see what happens. Watching the reviewers, they were able to go a very long way. It's line of sight, so the further you get, particularly if your back is turned, eventually it starts to lose connection. But as soon as the reviewers kind of turned back and came back towards the camera, it kicked in really well. They went way further than I have an immediate thought that I'll ever need to do, but I like the idea that I could kind of start to move even 50 feet away from the camera to do any number of different things and hopefully make, again, for more engaging overall video content. So we'll see how that works. All in all, though, this was on sale. It was under $200 for the full kit for me, Canadian, which I thought was great. I am not a professional. I'm a small YouTube channel trying to get things going, and I thought that was a reasonable expenditure to kind of start to improve the quality of my content and hopefully make it all enjoyable. So, while the wind's still kicking up, let's go outside, try all this, and see what happens. Okay, so first we're going to go try the sound with just using the iPhone 12. As I think you can see, the wind is blowing. It's pretty windy. So I'm going to go down here into my yard and we'll see if you can pick up my voice just talking like this. wind noise or even from this distance. I doubt it. I'm actually going to be interested to know if you can. Now I'm going to come back up. Okay, I'll be interested to see later when I play it if I could even hear that over the wind or even just with that distance from just the inbuilt mic in the iPhone 12. So now what I'm going to try is this Hollyland, I think it's called the Lark MK2, which I showed you earlier. So here's the bits. I'm going to have to turn off the footage, I think, to turn this on, but I'm going to see. Maybe it can be one continuous shot. Let's find out together. Okay, so I've plugged it in, and I'm going to attach this to the neck microphone. I think it's connected. Pretty sure it is. Okay, so we'll see if you can hear me with this. Can you hear me down here? Same conditions, hopefully one continuous shot. I don't have the wind cover on, there's no noise cancellation. Okay, now I've turned on noise cancellation, and I've seen from other reviews that it can get a little bit tinny, almost robotic, for the first few seconds and then evens out. So talk for a little bit longer, see if it makes much difference with the wind. Okay, I'm going to turn off noise cancelling. All right. If this is still working, I'm going to try putting on the little wind cover that comes with it. Just going to open up the packet here. Good old-fashioned teeth. All right, like a little fuzzy caterpillar. All right, I might have to take this off to get this to go in. Let's see. What I'm trying not to do is turn on noise cancelling. Okay. Okay, now I've got the, as you can see, the little wind sock thing on. The wind is still going. How can you hear me? Hopefully that's coming through clear and keeping a lot of the wind noise out. Now for, oh, there's a big burst of wind. How's that sound? Now I'm actually going to do what I think is the coolest thing, assuming this is still recording, the distance. So this is a line of sight device, so it's supposed to go up to 1,000 feet away. From the videos I've seen, you should still be able to hear me, but if I got too far away, it would begin to break up until you turn and face the camera. So I'm going to keep walking up to this basketball thing here, which is nowhere near the theoretical 1,000 feet distance, but it'll be good enough for my purposes of what I intend to film in the future, at least for now. I don't even know if you can see me anymore. Where are we? I can see the camera. I have no idea if you can see me in the view, but hopefully you can hear me loud and clear without too much wind interference. If you can, that's pretty cool and is really going to help me improve my overall video quality, but mostly the sound quality, and free me up from the camera, allow me to do a few things in and around the camera that I hope will be more visually entertaining for everybody watching. What a neat purchase. All right, I'm going to go in and download the footage and see if this whole test even worked. Or if I have to come back out and start and stop the video when I plug that widget in. That'd be really cool if I can just plug the widget in on a continuous video stream. All right, fingers crossed that played out. Yes, yes, little happy dance there. It worked. I didn't even have to download it. I forgot, I could just listen through the phone. But what was slightly panicky, or at least, I guess it didn't work, little push in, push out, was the sound wasn't working. I had the volume up, everything was off mute. Like, what the heck? And then I realized I'd been using my phone with my Bluetooth headphones, so it was actually playing the audio through that. So once I turned it off, sound came through pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more listening on the actual computer to kind of decide if the wind cover made much difference, noise cancelling or not. But what I really enjoyed was how clear my voice was from here all the way over to there.
even with the wind, and I can tell you it's windy enough that it's that kind of gushing, whooshing kind of wind that on most of my videos to date really overpowers your voice, and I got to kind of sort of edit out, which never really works. So at least, even though you can kind of hear the wind, it's nice to know that, again, the voice at least is clear and you can hear it over the wind. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts when you see it. But yes, happy dance. I'm pretty excited about this purchase.
Hello everybody, and thanks for watching that video. I'd invite you to stick around. I'm looking for help from people like you who stuck around to the end and found value in the video to help get the word out and help me build this channel to reach more people. As you can see, I'm a pretty small channel just getting started with 21 subscribers. I'd love to hit the magic 1,000, and I have no doubt with your help that will one day happen. Down here, some other videos for you to consider. We have various topics that I'm interested in: personal development, health and wellness, camping and backcountry, trail runs, hikes. Can't say I do them anymore, but who knows? But I've been involved in ultra marathons in the past, so a fair amount of content for you to take a look at. One video I'd encourage you to listen to is this one here. Life is a patchwork of potential. One of the very first I ever really did, and came about from a blog post I wrote, which I think will give you a good idea of kind of how I think, why this all started, and kind of where things are going in the future. If you like the content, please share it with others, subscribe, that would really help me. All the best.